Okay, folks, I'm going to introduce you to one of the top leaders. Uh, Duke O'Neill has been with NuLife Ventures, and he is just an extraordinary leader out in the field. He's what I call a servant leader. So he's willing to help anybody and everybody, and he's a huge team player. So with that, Duke, I'm going to hand it right over to you, my friend. Take it away.
Okay. Well, you know what? That's good. I appreciate that. I like to be considered a team player, so that's great. Thank you, Bob.
Big time.
And so yeah, here we go, everybody. Well, listen, welcome to everyone. I mean, it looks like summer's over. Can you believe that? We're now past Labor Day. We are getting ready to have our live event in October. Really looking forward to that, and hoping that some of the new people on here will end up coming and seeing what that's all about. But in the meantime, let's give you an overview of what NuLife Ventures is, what we're sharing with the world, which is really, really exciting. So we have really an absolutely amazing and I really can say life-changing technology. And so now we're able to offer that to anybody, really. And we have a business opportunity that goes along with it that I think is just as life-changing as the technology itself. So why don't we get started there, and then we'll keep on going here. Let's see. We're going to get into a screen share. And here we go. Bob, can you see that?
Yes, Duke. All good.
Okay, perfect. Okay, everybody, just want to make sure you can see the screen. All right, so let's get started. So let's start out by talking about who we are. NuLife Ventures, we consider ourselves real trailblazers, and we are ushering in what we consider to be really the next generation of healthcare. And we look at ourselves as really redefining health, and we're doing it to really enhance people's lives. And how are we doing that? Well, we're doing it by harnessing advanced technologies that really take advantage of our body's innate healing wisdom. And we're doing it with our flagship product, which is the Avicen. Avicen stands for Advanced Vascular Circulation Enhancement. And folks, this really is cutting-edge technology. It's an FDA-cleared Class 2 medical device. And let me tell you a little bit about what that means. FDA really is the gold standard, and a cleared classification for a device is the equivalent of approval for a drug. So this is the device's equivalent, and we have that. So this is the real deal. And there's also 13 global patents on this product. 9 of them are international, 4 US. So this is not something that will be copied. So that's what we're going to show you today. That's what we want to share. And the question is why? Well, let's take a look at some of the things that people are feeling today. If you really take stock of how you're feeling, if you're like most people, you experience some or all of these conditions that are listed down the left side of this page. Brain fog, lack of energy, headaches, discomfort, really joint pain, these kinds of things. It's just so prevalent, and so many more things. And we've got something, a solution here that really addresses all of these problems with a very simple twice a day, 15 to 20 minute protocol. Really can't wait to share that with you. So, this really, the things that I just shared with you with the problems that a lot of people have in health, these are not gender specific, nor are they age specific, right? And so what happens is when we're dealing with all these kinds of things, even when we're with the people that we love, we tend to be a little preoccupied. That's kind of what happens to our quality of life. And here's the thing that really gets me. We spend so much of our life building wealth so that we can have ease and with the people that we love later on in our life. And then we spend that second half of our life when we're trying to kind of withdraw from the professional arena, and we end up spending all that wealth trying to keep ourselves healthy. And oftentimes we don't feel like we have what it takes to really be with the people because of pain setting in. So let's talk a little bit about, what kind of pain. If you take a look, this is a pretty amazing statistic. If you haven't experienced any of these yourself, I'm pretty sure you know people that have, right? 1 in 3 Americans, roughly a third, live with chronic pain every single day. It's really amazing, and so many people deal with this as a daily occurrence. It's an amazing statistic. A number of years back, Time magazine dedicated an entire issue to something they called the secret killer, right? And it was inflammation. And inflammation, we've now learned, because as the years have gone on, we've become more and more aware that inflammation is responsible for so many ailments that we have. It seems to be at the root of many of these things that you see being listed up the right side, the most prevalent diseases that we have in this country. Many of them have their roots in inflammation. Here's 8 ways that chronic inflammation really damages your body, right? So not just joint pain and skin aging and that kind of thing, but also cognitive decline, memory loss. And here's a big one: increased cardiovascular risk. And most of the time, people don't even realize how bad the inflammation is. So how have we been dealing with that? How do we deal with that pain? Well, we've been trained to deal with it this way, right? Take a pill, see how you feel in a couple of weeks. I'll make sure I give you a couple of refills, right? And oftentimes that doesn't even take care of the problem. It just masks the pain temporarily. And we have a system, and it's not Western medicine in general. We all know this. Most people that get involved in the medical profession are there to help people, have the right intentions, but the pharmaceutical industry has kind of gotten us off the track, and everything seems to revolve around money. In the US, what do we have? Inflation, 2% inflation, and we all are complaining about the cost of everything going up. Imagine 3 times that. That's how fast our healthcare healthcare costs are escalating. So, we're expected that to hit 5.6 trillion. I don't think people even have any idea what that means. That number is so huge, but it's becoming an enormous part of our GDP. Here's what's pretty amazing. When we just look not at healthcare, but just at medications, Americans spend more on medicine than every one of the people in these countries combined. Is that amazing? I mean, really, it's something else. And are we really that much more sick? Or have we just become conditioned to the way that, we deal with pain and we deal with ailments? One of the things we are becoming very cognizant of is the side effects, right? We hear about this all the time. And the faceplate of that is the opioid crisis. That's become so prevalent in the last several years, really a national crisis. I don't think it's an overstatement to say that we do have a health crisis and we have an opioid crisis. It's pretty amazing when you look at that and see that, just under 150 people a day die from opioid overdose. A day. It's pretty amazing statistic. And if you take a look, this is not a complete list. I'm just giving you a little sampling. If I did a complete list, it would take up a lot more space. But these are the kinds of side effects that people can experience with opioid use, and opioids are addicting. And again, it seems like a crazy way to work with people, but money seems to be what keeps that in place. So really what we want to do is we want to put a complete stop to this. We have to, right? And so we are going to show you how we plan on helping that with the Avicen. The best doctors, they give the least amount of medications because they really understand our body's natural ability to heal, and they work to enhance that, right? Ben Franklin said that. It's true today as it was when he said it. And with more access to information, people are taking more charge. People understand the side effects of opioids. They understand how destructive certain treatments are for cancer and other, conditions that we end up, going to hospitals for, and they want to find answers. Well, the beauty of it is we've got what I consider to be a real missing piece to that puzzle. And you're going to really love what you see here. And the beauty of it is you can use this in the comfort of your own home. Really, it's as easy as sitting there reading a book and using it while you're reading. So let me tell you a little bit more about that. This device that I'm going to show you here in a second was developed and really has been refined over the last 10 years. The inventor developed it to help a family member, a sister-in-law, who had such severe migraine headaches that she was relegated to her bedroom with the blinds drawn literally 75% of every month. And her husband was giving her painkillers and, believe it or not, morphine. That's how bad it was. And the solution to that was something where just using a single point, the palm of your hand, ended up creating something that would have a systemic effect on the body, literally from head to toe. And so now I just want you to watch a video and see exactly how that works. And we'll talk a little bit more about the importance, okay? So let's give this a listen.
What if the future of pain relief was in the palm of your hand? Introducing the new Avicen 100, a unique, non-invasive, FDA-cleared device for muscle and joint pain relief. The palm of the hand plays an important role in the body's thermal regulation. It contains a unique heat exchange vascular network consisting of thick-walled, large-diameter venules. This complex arrangement of arteries, arterioles, capillaries, venules, and veins distributes blood throughout the hand. The patented Avicen 100 is designed to use this unique vascular network to thin and warm the blood before it returns to the heart for distribution throughout the body. You simply put on one of the reusable sanitary mitts, then insert your hand into the Avicen and press accept. A series of over 3,000 computer instructions take over. You will hear the sound of a vacuum being created and feel the cuff gently seal around your wrist. The vacuum plays a critical part because without it, this process is ineffective. Avicen stands for Advanced Vascular Circulation Enhancement. Your hand rests comfortably on a pad that begins to gently heat up your palm. By heating the palm in this vacuum, we're able to distend this vascular network while thinning the blood and increasing flow. As it leaves the hand, this thinner, warmer blood begins its soothing journey to the places it's needed the most, the places that hurt. This warmed blood travels through your deep tissue onto the peripheral capillary network in an effort to dissipate this excess heat and keep you at normal body temperature. Studies have shown that increasing microcirculation can help enhance the delivery of oxygen and nutrition to the muscles while helping to carry away toxins. The result? Healthier, more relaxed muscles throughout your entire body and reduced pain. Avicen, the future of pain relief, and it's right in the palm of your hand.
So there you have it. It's a pretty simple device to use, but it has a profound effect on the body. So this is wonderful because, listen, we've had over 5 million treatments without any contraindications, which is amazing. This has been out long enough. So this really is an unbelievable drug-free, non-invasive solution to so many of the issues we talked about. And, this isn't magic either. This is really cutting-edge science. As I told you, that's what our company's all about. This, as I mentioned, has the FDA, clearance, Class 2 medical device. It also won a very prestigious Frost & Sullivan Award in the EU for, best pain management device in 2017. Very prestigious award. So it is a recognized device. Now, you saw in the video, they said there was something like 3,000 or 4,000, computer instructions that go on inside the device. Thankfully, we don't have to worry about any of that, nor do we have to explain that to anybody. But it is important for us to understand microcirculation, okay? So, because microcirculation really is at the crux of inflammation and most of those ailments that we talked about in the beginning of this slide. Here's something about circulatory system that many people maybe don't know. When we think of the circulatory system, we think basically of the heart, we think of the arteries. Those are the ones that get all the press, and they're the easiest. But what people don't realize is that makes up about 24, 25% of the entire circulatory system. The other 75% is the microcirculatory system, which are the hair-like blood vessels that carry blood from those larger vessels out to the extremities of the body, right? And why is that important? Well, the reason it's important is because that blood is carrying oxygen and nutrients basically to, the extremities, right? And it's also carrying away carbon dioxide and toxins. And what's an amazing statistic, so you can see how important that is, right? An amazing statistic is that 80% of human beings over 40 years old have some level of impairment to that microcirculatory system. And that tends to be the cause of so many of the health problems that we have today. I like to say that, blood literally is life, but the condition of your microcirculatory system really dictates your quality of life. And that's exactly what this device does. It's non-invasive, it's drug-free, it enhances whole body microcirculation and does it right from the palm of your hand. That's really what's so special about it. So, we consider, because we enhance that microcirculation and we know how important that is, this really is probably one of the most powerful anti-aging devices in the world, because it affects literally every part of the human anatomy. We like to consider it a health hack because, it seems like, oh my gosh, it's so simple. You just have to put your hand in here for 20 minutes twice a day. It is that simple. It's a profound engineering solution that the inventor came up with, but it really isn't that difficult to do, and it's available to everyone. That's why we love it. So take a look at this. I mean, this is a face of a person that is pain-free. And contrast it to those early slides we saw about people in pain. This is what it looks like. Not a single grimace on her face, right? Our lives could be like that, and this device can really help without the use of a single drug or a pill. These are the benefits of using this device as a wellness device. A very simple protocol twice a day has so much effect. You see this being listed down the left side of the slide here, and it really is so amazing. No more pills. So listen, Avicen really is for everyone. The inventors of this, when we first started selling this device was being sold through medical manufacturers' reps strictly to doctors and medical offices, but they weren't getting the penetration. Not enough people were really seeing this. So the owners of this device actually made a decision to not only connect with medical practitioners, which we do every day, but to also be able to offer it to people, anybody, and just to get this into the hands of as many people as we can. And we couldn't be more proud to do that. So that is a 30,000-foot view of the device itself, why it's so important to use it, how you use it. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to you about the financial end of this as well. We have a compensation plan actually that goes along with this for those that are interested, that is really second to none. It's actually quite exciting. And I'm going to do this very briefly. This is going to be, again, a 30,000-foot view. So what we have here is what's called a hybrid direct sales compensation plan. And that's very different, and it's a very generous plan, but it allows a person to engage with this product, engage with this company. If they don't want to do any team building and they just want to sell this to people they know and make some side income, they can do that. There are absolutely no monthly quotas. You don't have to sell one every month to get paid. You can really do this on many, many levels. So what I want to say is, as naturally, this is for illustration purposes only, right? So in any business, in any endeavor that you take, it's your consistency, it's your hard work and your dedication that dictate your success. That's like everything else in life, right? So in this business, we like to say you get to work, you have your own business, but you're never working alone. There's so many resources available to you. So let's talk about how one would get started doing that. Well, the first thing that you would do is you'd get enrolled. That's $280, and that gives you a back office, a website, a kind of a command center from which you can operate your business. Imagine that, being able to start a business and have resources for $280. That also gives you a world-class marketing app that is smartphone based, or you can be on your tablet or your computer, allows you to connect with people, send out emails, send out videos, send out medical studies. And it gives you feedback, lets you know when people have opened things, when they've watched them, and it's just a beautiful app. It's called Rapid Funnel. So all that comes just for enrolling. And then the next thing you want to do is you want to purchase a product package. And we have 4 of those. So let me explain what that is. The blue and white device that you saw in the demonstration is called the Avicen 100, and that's our consumer model, okay? And so that retails for $39.95. You see $42.75 there because we're including that $280 enrollment fee, okay? And I want you also to realize that between now and the end of October, we have a $500 discount that we're offering. So you can subtract in your mind $500 from those numbers to find out what your price would be currently. Now, the next number you see, it says 3,000 CV. That's your commissionable volume. That's the number that commissions are paid on, okay? So the first one is an Avison 100. The second one is a business builder pack. And, you know, this tends to be, well, it doesn't tend to be, it is our most popular package, and I'll tell you why. You get one Avison 100 for retail price, remember, $39.95, and then you get a second Avison for a 45% off. It's exactly identical. And the reason for that is you want to have one in your house that you're using for you and your family so you can build your own testimonials. And then you want to have one that you can take out and demo and maybe even lend to people for them to experience it. And so that is $64.75 with the enrollment fee. And of course, take $500 off and you're just below $6,000. And then we've got an Avison Pro. Now, you haven't seen that in the slides, but basically that is about the same size physically. It's blue, and it is a commercial model. And that's more expensive because the insides of that, the components of that are a little beefier, and there's also a little more warranty capability on that. The reason for that is that device is meant to be in a commercial setting, a doctor's office, a chiropractor's office, acupuncturist, or a day spa, where clients will be putting their hands in it all day long from the time the business opens until the time the business closes, right? So that's $72.75. And then we have a practitioner's pack, which is one Avison 100 and one Avison Pro, okay? So one of those packs. And then let's talk about how you can make some money with this. When you sell one Avison 100, even at the very base level when you first join, the commission is $480. And what you're going to start to see here as you look at these next couple slides is the beauty of being able to sell a high ticket item. The commissions are quite generous. You can see the business builder is $720, the Pro $880, and the practitioner's pack $1120. But let's take that most popular package, the business builder. 3 to 5 of those sales would equal $2,160 to $3,600. Okay, that really is just about a second income. So that's how good it is when you're actually selling high ticket with really generous commissions. Now the next level you get to, and this level is not that difficult. This level is called the senior level, and look at the jump in commission. It's a full 10% more. That's a 63% pay increase. Okay, so you say, oh, all right, Duke, how do you get there? Well, once you've sold 5 Avison 100s, or let's say 3 business builder packs and 1 Avison 100, as long as you reach a commissionable volume cumulative of $15,000, when that happens, you immediately get advanced to senior, okay? And you can see what the difference is in those commissions. Quite generous. Like I said, it's a 63% pay increase. Pretty amazing. How many places can you work and get a 63% pay increase as your first increase, right? So let's take that most popular package again, the business builder. You make that same 3 to 5 sales. At the senior level, it's $3,500 to almost $6,000 a month. That is right there, can replace an income. So I want you to see those two together. 480 goes to 780, 720 goes to 1120. You see, that's such a big jump. And I want to point something out that's really, really key here. There's only 3 things I want you to remember. This is not a complex plan, and I'm not going to get into the complexities of a plan. There's only 3 things to remember. Number 1, enroll and get yourself a product. Number 2, get yourself to senior. And number 3, build seniors. If you decide that you want to do this and build a team, which we're going to get into in a minute, help other people on your team become seniors. If you do nothing but those 3 things, I guarantee you the rest of this plan will take care of itself without having to get into all the complexities. But here's a comparison of just the personal sales commission rates. This is without any overrides, without any bonuses. This is straight sales commissions throughout the entire plan. Again, there's your junior and your senior are the first 2. Those last 2 are higher ranks, but it just gives you an idea of what the direct compensation is, okay? Now, if you decide that you want to do this and build teams, which is, I got to tell you, it's what makes this business so much fun. The people that you meet, the people that you help, and doing these things together is so much fun that it'd be hard to believe somebody wouldn't want to do that. But when you end up opening up that part of this plan, the bonuses and the overrides alone, you start opening up, bonuses that go down to infinity in this plan. So if you have an organization that's growing and you have 50 sales that occur in your entire organization, and that doesn't mean you did it alone. You had to enroll 50 people or you had to sell 50 units. That's all the people in your organization together, right? That's $11,250 just in the bonuses. That's besides the straight commissions that we just shared on the previous pages, right? Pretty amazing. And when you get to 100, obviously it's double that. And as these, you might look at that and say, well, is it that easy to get to 100? Let me tell you something. It is. And let's talk about how this could even move further. We are only in the United States and Canada right now. We are in pre-launch. We haven't even publicly launched the company yet. And we have the worldwide distribution rights to this amazing device. And the testimonials that are coming in are unbelievable. We're changing people's lives with this. Imagine as you start to build teams and we start opening other countries, this is what happens. This really, if you did what I just said and you just focused on becoming a senior yourself and having fun with your teammates and getting them to become a senior, you wouldn't have to think about another thing. All this stuff would take care of itself. So the question is, would you be willing to do the things that others don't really feel like doing today to have this kind of success in a very short period of time? Because believe me, there are people on this call that have done this with lesser products. So it's a wonderful opportunity. We've got an amazing product. It's changing lives. We've got a compensation plan that's also changing lives. And, we'd love to see it come on board. So here's the question. Just get back to the person that invited you and ask them really what the next steps are. And that is it. So Bob, that's all I have.
Excellent job, Duke. I was having some fun. I'm running everything on a live, webinar on live on Facebook. So
nice.
Yeah, it'll be posted there. So if you hear some feedback, that's what it is. But great job, my friend. And look forward to catching up with everybody next Tuesday night. Fantastic job.
Okay. Thank you, Bob. Thanks, everybody.